Hello students, today we are going to start salivary glands in unit nutrition and the digestions. So structure and functions of the digestive gland here. First we will start now the salivary glands. So in the buccal cavity means oral cavity, in most of the vertebrates has the four pairs of salivary glands are present. These are infraorbital, parotid, sublingual, and submaxillary glands. In human, there are only the three pairs of salivary glands, that is parotid glands, submandibular, and the submaxillary glands, and the sublingual glands. Parotid glands, submandibular or submaxillary glands, and third one is sublingual glands. So one pair of each glands remain on one side and opens into this or open into the mouth cavity, that is oral cavity. So histologically these salivary glands are typical racemose glands, means consisting of the lobules which are made up of the alveoli, and the interlobular septums are present in between them. So each alveolus are enclosed by basement of membrane upon the gland cells are arranged. Salivary glands may contain either mucus cells or serous cells, and accordingly, these glands may be of the following types, means depending upon that membranes, either mucus or serous cell are present in them. So, first one is the parotid gland is composed entirely of serous cell. Second, sublingular glands is predominantly of the mucus type, and third one submandibular or submaxillary gland is a mixed type, but in man it is of serous type. So mucus cells secrete mucus while serous cells secrete the enzyme. And all of you know that enzymes are the biocatalyst, and which increases the speed of that biochemical reactions which takes place in the body of organism. So just for example, enzyme salivary amylase, it is called as the ptyalin, which are very important for the digestion of carbohydrates. The enzymes are found in the serous cells in the form of zymogen granules. The secretion of the serous gland is very thin, watery, waterproof in solid but rich in enzyme. Salivary amylase, also known as the ptyalin, while the secretion of the mucus gland is very thick and viscous, which containing the mucus. So, which they can be, I already explained earlier, that is the parotid gland are the first form which contain the specially serous cells. So, these parotid gland are the largest of the salivary gland. It is found lying one on each side of the face, below and in front of the ears, and which are specially embedded in the muscles. The secretion of each parotid gland passes by duct of parotid gland known as the Stensen duct, which opens into the internally mouth cavity opposite the side of upper molar tooth. And the parotid glands are purely serous, so they secrete the zymogen granules. The disease called the mumps in an infection of the parotid gland causes swelling and irritation inside that mouth and the mouth cavity and just region in the cheek region. So second one is the submaxillary or the submandibular glands. Maxilla are the upper jaw, and mandibular and means they are related with upper and lower jaw. So these glands are found within the angles of lower jaw. Submaxillary glands open by duct of submaxillary gland or Wharton's duct. Their secretion passes through the Wharton's duct and open into the floor of mouth, one on each side of the tongue. These glands contain both type of cell, that is mixed type, which included in the category of mixed type, but in man they are predominantly of the serous type. And third one are the sublingual glands. They are found embedded in the mucous membrane in the floor of the buccal cavity under the tongue. The sublingual glands open by several fine ducts upon the floor of the mouth by the side of the frenulum. This duct is also called the duct of Rivinus, and this gland predominantly mucus type, which secrete the mucus. So this gland secrete secretions